It was the seventh inning of our last baseball game and the last tournament of the year. There was a full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on base, down by 1, and this happened. It was our last game of the year, no matter what, win or lose. The whole team was super excited to play. Some kids won't be back next year because of school or going to the Army, so it was really important to us. We even brought a new kid to pitch for the first half of the game, so we had more arms. Everybody was on the edge about it. I personally didn't think we needed him, but he was supposed to be a stud. We all went to the field and got warm. The new guy started the game. He did pretty well the first 2 innings. No runs were given up, but towards the middle innings, things went bad. The score was 1-0 us, but there were 2 runners on base for the team, with no outs. The next kid hit a pop fly right to our center fielder, one of our best players, and he missed it. 2-1 them. Thankfully, we got out of that inning with no other runs scored. The score remained the same until the 5th inning. Our pitcher gave up five more runs in that inning, 7-1 them. It didn't look good for us. Some of us actually wanted to quit. Actually, I'm lying. Absolutely nobody wanted to quit. We had 2 more innings to make up the score or at least tie the game. We switched pitchers and got out of the inning. Next inning, another run scored. Now 8-1 then. Going down by even more, it was hard to get back in the game. All season, our struggle was letting the team that aren't better than us play to our example. Our catcher, one of our best hitters, went up to bat and started off the inning with a double and scored from there. We scored 3 more runs, then came up to bat with 2 runs in the top of the 6th with 2 on. They changed pitchers and I went up. I was 0 for 2 so far in the game, and I just knew I was going to get a hit. Strike 1 went by, ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. I wanted to hit so badly. The pitch was a little high, but definitely hittable. I swung and popped it up to our left fielder. I might have yelled some words I cannot repeat in front of everybody, and my parents were not the happiest, but I do not care. That was my chance, and I did nothing. We went back to the field, 8-4 then. Thankfully, we did gain momentum. Since the score was 3-0, since we did score 3 in the last inning, the game was not over yet. Funny enough, I played left field all game, and it was the second time I had played there all season, so I was a little nervous. First batter for the other team hit a line drive to me, but it was hard to get to. I dove for the ball, and it went right into my glove. I really needed it, and it gave me all the confidence I needed. Gabe, our pitcher at the time, got out of the inning with no runs scored. We all had a talk about how we were not losing this game. Even the new kid hyped us up to win. We went to the next with probably our worst hitter leading off. He struck out. Thankfully, the catcher let the third strike get past him, and on a drop third strike rule, he got the first. Top of the lineup came up, and our catcher again hit a double. Runners on second and third. The new kid walked with bases loaded. Another one of our best hitters popped up the first pitch to the first baseman. 1 out. The kid came up and hit a single scoring 1. 8-5 then. Runners on second and third. The kid who was up to bat was never consistent. He either hit really well or went 0 for 4. Thankfully, even though he didn't do well all day, he hit a pop fly and they missed it, scoring run. 8-6, runners on first and third. One thing we talked about a lot was play the game right and don't do anything stupid just to win. The thing about that was one of our biggest games of the year, so anything we could do to win, we did. So we needed to run. Another one of our best hitters from the year was batting. The problem was all year he had struggled and not been the same player. He was also the guy, one of the guys leaving for the Army. So this is his last game. He went with full count with 2 outs, so we did the unthinkable. The runner on first literally walked to first. When he did that, the runner on third was waiting so the pitcher would throw it to second so he could steal home. The goal was here for them to make an error so we could steal home. And that is exactly what they did. The pitcher stepped off and threw it to second, and it went way over through him. The runner on third scored, and the runner from first got to third. After that, the batter walked. I was up to bat. I wanted to smash a ball. I was not getting walked. Ball one went by and it wasn't even close. Ball two, then ball three. To be smart, no matter what, I wasn't swinging on the next pitch, since it was a 3-0 count. The next pitch came by. It was way inside and below my knees. Even though it wasn't close, they called it a strike. Next pitch, right down the middle, fastball. I swung. I completely missed. I swung way too hard and tried to kill it. It was the 7th inning, championship game, in our last tournament of the year. Count was 2 outs, 2 runners on base, down by 1. I was not getting out again. I called time to take a break. Went back up to the plate. He threw a pitch, and I crushed it. It went to left center, burnt the center fielder and left fielder. Both runners scored, and I got a stand-up triple. 9-8 us. The next kid behind me hit a pop fly to end the inning. Blood was rushing through my veins. We still had to get out of the next inning. Our pitcher started off the inning by walking the kid. Probably not the best way to start off the next inning. But the next kid struck out. 1 out, 2 more to go. The next batter hit a tank about 5 inches away from being a home run. There were runners on second and third, now 1 out. Coach brought me in to close out the game and took our pitcher out. I was nervous. I wasn't nervous at all. At times like this, I was ready to play. I warmed up and felt great. Then I threw 3 straight balls to the batter. Somehow I got 1 strike, then I got the second. Full count with 2 on, I struck him out looking. He didn't think it was a strike, but it didn't matter because I struck him out. 1 more to go and we win. The next batter comes up. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3 swing. I struck him out on 3 pitches. For the game, I may not have yelled something to get me out of the box. I may not have yelled something to the batter after he walked out of the box. I was very excited we just won the game. Everyone came around the mound and was super excited we won. We just won the championship off of a big comeback. What I definitely learned is that you need to be confident in situations like this. If you're not confident, you're never going to get anything done. And if you think that it's not going to go very well, it's always not going to go well. So from this game, the main thing I learned is just to be confident in anything that you do.